Okay, so welcome to the first regression video. Now, regression is all about relationships. And here we have a relationship between the price of a product and demand for that product. Now, generally, as price increases, the demand for that product gets smaller. But the relationship, particularly if we're measuring it, is not going to be perfect. So let's plot this relationship. And we can do this with the scatter plot that we did before. So let's go to just select everything, insert, and we're going to insert a scatter plot. And we're going to have price on the x-axis. So let's just go to add chart element, axis titles. We're going to call it the price. And we're going to do exactly the same. Let's just actually go up here. Axis titles, primary vertical. And we're going to go demand. And we're going to call this, I think the actual data says demand. The book calls it price sales. We'll just call it price demand. And you can see there's a relationship here, but it's not a perfect relationship. Now, let's just kind of select the data series. And then we're going to right click. So just basically click anything on the data series and get it selected. Right click, add trend line. And we're going to have a linear trend line to make it a little bit more like the book. Let's just display the equation on the chart. Also display the R squared, which is how good the fit is. Let's just go back to the color, the dash type, because the book had a solid line. But yeah, let's make it a slightly different color from the dots. Let's make it a nice red color. So there we go. We have the price demand. And I'm going to move this up to the top. And this basically says, given our regression equation, and again, if you're outside the range of the data, these inferences don't often make a good deal of sense. But the model is pretty much saying for a price of 0, we have a demand of 20,000, which again doesn't make much sense because we're out of the range of the data. And if we had a price of 0, we'd probably have almost infinite demand. And we're saying for each increase in price of $1, then demand declines by 9. So that's 9.5. So that's our equation. Now, we had a little example in the book, so let's just kind of do a little calculation. We'll do it to the right of the graph. So we have price, and then we have demand. And then we have a price of 125, and demand is going to be 20,512 minus the price times 9.5116. So that's just, again, my beta in the regression equation, my beta hat 0 is 20,512 plus beta hat 1, but it's negative, so minus times minus 9.5116. And we get the demand of 19,323, which is exactly the same as in the book. And last little thing to mention, the R squared is 0.833, which means the amount of variation in the dependent variable, the data accounted for by price, independent variable, is about 83%, or the R squared is 0.833.